Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Evans with Outclick Magazine. Today we're very excited to talk to Caryl Fantel from Fantel Music. Caryl is mom, music director, conductor, pianist, teacher, writer, editor, and a huge arts advocate here in Broward County. Caryl, welcome to the program. I'm excited to get to talk to you.
Thank you, Stephen. I'm excited to talk to you too.
So I'll tell the story. I got to know Caryl first back when I was organist and choir director at First United Methodist. And Caryl was my sub and came in and played, and everyone raved about how fantastic of a job she almost overshadowed me. Yeah. But everyone talked about what a great job she did and absolutely how fantastic you were to work with. And as a church organist, having a good backup person makes your vacation so much better. So I knew when I left, Caryl took care of the program and did a fantastic job. So I really appreciate what you did for the church and for me back then, Caryl.
Thank you for asking me. It's like being in the hot seat when you're asked to sub on jobs like that. But you left everything in perfect order for me, and the people were so welcoming and helpful. So I really appreciated that. It was really a joy.
Thank you. Thank you. First Methodist is a really wonderful place. I work with Jill, the pastor. So that's how I got to know Caryl, is back through that. But we're not here to talk about that. Tell us about Fantel Music. I knew some of what you did. You have such a breadth of skills that you bring to the table. If you want to give us some, tell us about Fantel Music and what you do.
Well, Fantel Music is really a collaboration between my husband, Roy Fantel, and me. And together we have so many life experiences and skill sets that we decided to put it all together on our website, Fantel Music, and share with people that whatever you need, pretty much in the music field, we can help you, or we can steer you to the right people who can assist. We teach. He teaches drums and percussion. I teach piano and do vocal coaching for all ages. And we perform. I'm a music director in the region and conductor. I do music contracting. I just did the contracting for A Wonderful World that was set to premiere at Miami New Drama, the gorgeous show about Louis Armstrong. Yeah, I'll have to tell you about that. And we do audio and video production. Especially during this time, we've developed quite a business doing that as well. And we do workshops, we do audition coaching, and just a breadth of things. You can find more on our website.
Go back down. I want to show. There's one picture of you I really like that shows. Go back. Keep going. Arthur's helping me in the background. This one of you playing the keyboard in the middle of the orchestra pit, I think, shows that you have to accompany and direct and kind of run that whole music show down there.
That's at the Fifth Avenue Theater in Seattle, which is an incredible. They actually started, I think, 11 shows that ended up on Broadway and having wonderful lives after that. It's a great organization, and sometimes I play and conduct, and sometimes I just conduct, sometimes I just play. It's whatever each show requires.
And that's a really interesting, unique skill set to try to do both. And then you do the video, you do all the audio production and everything as well. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, one thing I forgot to mention is that I have vocal ensembles that I've put together for various events, and one of them with the Futuro Voices there, we performed with Hugh Jackman when he was at the Sunrise, what's it called now? BB&T? BB&T Center, when he was on his world tour. We were sworn to silence beforehand. We couldn't tell anyone that we were doing it. So we were rehearsing here at our home studio, and it was so exciting for the kids and me, the high schoolers. And that followed when I went to the Tony Awards with the students from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, because I prepared them for their season performance in the 2018 Tony Awards. That was really, really one of the most incredible experiences of my life, because it was there were such extremes of emotion going on for all of us. But to see those kids and how courageous they were, and to get up there in front of what they knew would be billions of people watching them was something. So there are so many, when you're an artist, there are so many ways to find fulfillment, and that was one of my highlights for sure.
You stole my next question. Was what are some of the most memorable things you've gotten to do? I know in my mind, things that have stuck out. I got to play for Ray Boltz on Easter Sunday. His signature song, "Watch the Lamb," was one of the things. I got to be organist for the Southern Baptist Convention once, which was an amazing thing. But tell me what are some of the favorite things that you've gotten to do? You've mentioned a couple, but.
Well, yeah, going to Radio City Music Hall, to the Tony Awards with those kids from Parkland was beyond anything I would have imagined. And performing with Hugh Jackman and getting to meet him, and he was so gracious, so wonderful to us. And then a picture you passed on our website, I almost forgot about, was performing at Carnegie Hall.
Oh, let's pull that up again so we can see that.
I accompanied the featured choir from American Heritage School in Plantation, which my daughter was part of at the time. So performing with her at Carnegie Hall was so magical. It really was. Just I was in awe just of where I was and the people who had performed there in the past.
Now, which photo is that, Caryl?
It's down on the right.
Is it there with a brown background?
Yes.
American Heritage, yes.
Yes, I'm that person at the piano.
How many musicians in their lifetime get to say they played at Carnegie Hall? Not very many. That's amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And then I see so many things we get to do in this business. There's a picture there of me performing with Beth Malone for the LGBTQ task force in Miami, the gala years ago. And she is a Tony-nominated amazing performer. And that was such a beautiful experience. And then I went on to be able to perform with Beth, her one-woman show that we did here in Miami as well.
Okay. You have a very long list of fun things you've gotten to do. I went to the Wick Theater, and you were doing the music for, was it the Patsy Cline show?
Yes.
Yes, I went and saw your name in the program, and I said, I know Caryl. And I saw you up there directing. That was a fantastic show.
Thank you. I loved that band that we had. Was all kicking. I mean, it was fun because I don't play country music that often. And I have to give so many kudos to my band because they really brought my level up for that performance. And that's the one that I was nominated for a Carbonell Award for this year. It was, there's no substitute for live music in a show, in a musical theater show. There are some theaters that are going to using tracks, and it's such a different experience for the performers, and it's a very different performance experience when theaters can have live orchestras or bands. It makes such a difference.
It makes such a difference. And that show, they had you all on stage as kind of part of the background, which made it fun. Yeah,
it was different every night.
Yeah. That was a good show. I'm from Kentucky, which means you've got to learn more bluegrass and more country music. So we'll have to have a bluegrass session.
I'm ready.
One of the things I about musicians is we have to learn every style. I've dug out some old classical stuff during this time, and some pop music, and usually mine is in church music, but I've dug out some styles and some new styles this time to give me something to do.
You just froze. Can you just repeat something you said?
I said during this time I've dug out some old classical songs that I've played before. I usually play church music, but I've dug out some classical songs and some pop songs, so to kind of broaden my scope back a little bit during this time.
Good for you. Good for you. I was going to say that it's a great time for people to broaden their skill sets. And at the beginning, I took some workshops from a music director's group that I belonged to, and we had a Broadway music director and arranger teach us about arranging. And that's something that I wanted to do more of. So I said, I'm going to, face my fear and jump into this and go for it. And it was intense, but I certainly got a lot out of it. My husband, Roy, who's a whiz at recording and everything technological here with music, really, really helped me. And I learned so much, and I'm really thankful I had the time to focus on that and do that.
Good for you. Good for you, and to make something productive out of the time.
Absolutely.
You are the co-producer, I believe, of the upcoming Carbonell Awards.
I sure am.
Tell us about the Carbonell Awards. We've been involved with that in the past. I'm taking a deeper dive into what a prestigious award this is, and I know they're lucky to have you as the co-producer. Tell us about the Carbonell Awards, Caryl.
Well, I've been part of it for 12 years. Maybe this is my 12th or 13th year. I kind of lose track. Working on the show, I've been the music director, but this year situations came up, and I stepped up to say yes. My company, my family, and I will take this on this year because I've been involved throughout a number of different production teams, and have seen the show. And I also hear from, in my capacity as music director, I hear from so many people within the community on both sides of the production teams, the producers and the stage managers and the designers and the creative team, and also the performers, who I do a lot of coaching of. So I hear things from people about, oh, gee, I would love to see this, or I would wish, we could broaden the show and do this. So I've really taken all of the things I've been told over the years and tried to, with my team, broaden the scope and the reach of this year's show, especially because it's pre-recorded, and we have the opportunity to really reach out within the community and include a lot of people who might normally not be part of the show, or feel like they're seeing themselves represented in the show and in the community. So the first thing that we did was, because this has been such an unusual time, very challenging for especially artists, we sent out a request to ask members of the theater community to submit to us in 3 words or less their answer to the question, why does theater matter to me now?
Okay.
And they could send a video or a still photo. And we got touching, encouraging, inspiring messages that we put together for our opening number. And since we can't all be together in one room, at least this is a way for us all to commune. And you're going to see spotlight operators and producers, performers, and children, and people who've been in the business for 40 plus years, designers. It's a nice cross section of everybody, so we're excited to share that. And we really put a lot of thought and effort into the whole creation and conception of the show. So we hope that people will watch and will enjoy it, and will watch till the end to see the credits of all the people who have been involved in making this such a special community to live in, and to make it's just such a rich area, and there's so much more we can do. There's so much more if we tap into all the skills and all the people's perspectives that we can bring to the table here.
We're going to put up the website for the Carbonell Awards. It sounds like just an amazing production. We're excited to be able to see that. Arthur's going to pull that up. We talked to Kelly from the Shanley yesterday from the Broward Center. That video is going to get released some. You've worked with Kelly quite a bit.
Yeah, we've worked with the Broward Center quite a bit, and Roy, my husband, and I worked together on creating the video for Kelly's honor, and we actually feel like we know him intimately and are his biographers at this point, because we really put a lot of care and time into creating a lovely piece along with Christine Dolan, who wrote the beautiful script for his honor. So, again, we hope people watch the entire show and really learn about the people behind the scenes who make things happen for our community.
There's so much that goes on, like you said, behind the scenes that makes the production go. There is so much work with that. The Palm Beach Drama Works is also one of the recipients. And I talked to Barbara Bradshaw the other day. She's, as I say in Kentucky, she's a 2.5. She was a lot of fun to talk to, and she had a million fun stories.
She does. I was actually working with Barbara when we took our pause in March. Barbara was set to be in A Little Night Music with me at Zoetic Stage. And Barbara, rose to that occasion and got outside her comfort zone because it's a musical. And
she said.
mostly known as an actress. And so we really worked hard to make her feel comfortable, and I just applaud her courage and all her work on that piece. And I just pray that we get to share this beautiful piece with people in the next season.
Yeah. The Carbonell Awards are going to be broadcast August 3rd.
August 3rd at 7:30.
At 7:30. Okay.
You can go to the CarbonellAwards.org website.
Okay.
Carbonell Awards Facebook page.
Okay.
And there are links. Or you can go right to the Broward Center's YouTube channel. And it will be broadcast from the Broward Center's YouTube channel.
We talked to the Broward Center about that, yes, about how they're allowing that platform and going to push it out. I think that even shows even more so what a fantastic award this is if the Broward Center is endorsing it in this way.
We're very thankful for all their support.
Yes. You're also a huge arts advocate in the community, and you are working with the Broward County Cultural Council.
Yes. I've been doing that for at least 8 years. A lot of people don't know how vital the Broward County Cultural Division is in what goes on in our county. They are so supportive by awarding grants to dozens of organizations, nonprofit organizations in our community.
Yes.
Sometimes make all the difference in work that can be done and the survival, especially at this point. Have you ever seen the arts license plates in Florida?
No, I haven't.
There is an arts license plate, and I encourage everyone, when you are up for renewal on your license plate, please get the arts license plate, because that money goes into a fund directly to support funds for arts organizations in our community. And because that money was there, they voted with the county commission, to take money from that fund, to award grants during the pandemic to arts organizations for very vital funding that they need to help with employees and things that they needed to survive. So there's so much good work that goes on, and in fact, we're right in the process now. After this, I have a training. Let me get the name of it right. It's a racial equity training, which is called Dismantling Racism Initiative. And there's the Broward, the Support the Arts license plate. Please get that.
I did not know that. I learn something every time I do these interviews. Thank you for letting us know that. We'll post that.
Absolutely.
Anyway, the training you were saying.
Yeah, we are revising and restructuring the grant application process to make it more equitable. If you want more information, definitely go to the Broward Cultural Division's website. And find out about that, because we have a wonderful, fairly new director, Philip Dunlap, and he taken on so many wonderful initiatives for us. So we are in the process of restructuring the grant program. If you are an artist or an arts organization who needs support, contact the cultural division, and there are such wonderful people there that will help you. And we are, like I said, in the process of restructuring everything that we can to make the services and awards more equitable.
We are in contact a lot with Phil Dunlap, who is the new director. I've done a couple of interviews with him, and they've done some work with us, and they are the breadth of services that they provide, the funding that they provide, the grants. It's just the layers and layers and layers of all the different things that they provide. I'm going to see if we can at least do a little bit of that. But Phil he's another one of the people that I think when he signed on to the job and then all of this COVID hit, it's like, it's all of this, it's been dumped on all of our city officials to try to figure all of this out. It's really been, but he's done a great job of managing this, and especially the arts even more so because of all of the paradigm shift of everything being in person and trying to be online. This is one of my first interviews way back when, but when he was at home. Yeah.
No, it's terrific. And, I want to applaud all the arts management teams and leaders throughout the region, because I know this is unprecedented, and I just see so many people stepping up and thinking, I hate to say this cliche, but outside the box, and really getting into the weeds and to help struggling artists, because this is not short term for us.
No, yeah.
Something that has to be done with a live audience. So, and that's not going to happen for a while. So, Phil has been instrumental in helping us. Matt Stabile at FAU Theater Lab just won a Remy Award last night. So did Timothy Davis from New City Players. They are doing programs that have been lifelines for artists in our community. So we applaud what they're doing.
One of the things I'm saying repeatedly in all of the shows is that when you go and view the digital media online and the shows people are putting online, buy yourself a Chromecast or an Apple TV or some kind of media and watch the shows on your big TV, not just on your phone, not just on your computer. If you have the computer, that's great. But buying those little devices and getting it hooked up and watching it on your TV makes for such a great experience at night. Get you some popcorn and make a night of it. Watch it. And it's a whole different experience watching it on the big TV. And I'm kind of a techno geek. I have a Roku, a Chromecast, and an Apple TV.
Wow.
And so I can watch it in either room. But putting it on the big screen and watching it, and put on, if you've got a good sound bar, put it on the sound bar. And it just makes for such a nice production. It makes you feel so much more like you're part of the community. And I know when people are struggling with I know some people that have not left their house since March. This is the time for them to connect with groups that they would not maybe have connected with before, and really just dive into this wonderful content that people are putting online and put it on the big screen and enjoy it.
Absolutely. We hope people do that with the Carbonell Awards. And
yes.
Mary Damiano, the general manager, has asked for people to submit pictures, red carpet pictures, and you don't have to be a nominee to submit those pictures. So she wants people to, get dressed up, use the dresses and suits that they had prepared, planned to wear.
Oh, wow.
Take pictures, send them to her for the Facebook page. She's going to do a whole red carpet thing there starting this week. If you don't want to just get dressed up in advance of the show, you can send pictures from prior years, from prior red carpets. And we do hope people will get dressed up and really make a night of it on Monday to watch the show and watch it on the big screen. But I do want to say that there is so much great content out there, but we don't want that to replace coming back to the theater when it is safe and when it is time. We really will need more support than ever. So, as much as it's wonderful to have access to all these things, please, we don't want people to get complacent either, because artists need the feedback. We need that interaction with audiences. So we will be looking forward to having you join us when we can get back into the theater.
Well, I don't have a crystal ball, but my prediction is when the doors open, it will be a flood of people who are dying to get back and ready to get back and ready to feel the energy. One of the things Kelly and I were talking about yesterday about seeing shows at the Broward Center, it's not just seeing the shows, it's going an hour before the show and drinking and socializing and talking to everyone there in the beautiful lobby at the Broward Center. It's the interactions. When you go to the ticket office, there's obviously they've got 3 different venues there at the Broward Center. And so I'll have conversations with people. Well, which show are you going to? Well, I'm going to Slow Burn. Well, I'm going to the opera tonight. And they'll say, well, I've got tickets to that one. How's that one? So it becomes this game of who's going to what show at which theater. And then, well, should I go to that one? Yes, you should go to that one. So the conversations that you have there at the Broward Center about the shows and who's going to what, it's really such a fun interaction. And I'll go and say, oh yeah, I saw that one at Slow Burn last night. You'll love it. You know, and they'll go, and then you see people afterwards. And that little interaction right there is so much fun at the Broward Center that they've created.
And that's what we usually do with the Carbonells. When there are so many of us working at different theaters and in different regions, I mean, different parts of the region. There could be people working way down in Coral Gables and other people up in Jupiter, and you know, we're all part of the same community. And so it's rare that we do all have the opportunity to get together. That's why on a Monday night, going to the Carbonell Awards was always so special. And seeing all our theater friends, and we hope to get back there soon. But we are just so happy that at least on Monday we can celebrate together.
Yeah. Before we wrap up, you were telling me you wrote something during this quarantine period. So tell us a little bit about that if you have a minute.
I get calls all the time from people, can you refer me to somebody to do this, somebody to do that? Well, an actor friend of mine, Michael McKenzie, gave me a call last year and said, my wife, who is a playwright, he said, and her partner wrote a play called Fish Head Soup. And I read it and I thought, gee, this would make a great musical. So I wrote the lyrics. He said, now we need somebody to write music. Do you do that, or do you know someone else who you could refer? And I thought about it just for a couple seconds, and I said, you know what, Michael, I have written some things throughout my life and my career. I said, I think I want to do more of that, so I'm going to take a stab at that, yes. So I did. And last year, I was so busy that I was kind of fitting it in between projects. But then when the pandemic hit, I said, this is my opportunity to really be able to focus on this. And so I did. It's a short musical.
Okay.
It's short, but shorter than full length. There are 7 songs in it, and we don't know where it's headed. We will be trying to do a reading as soon as that is safe. But in the meantime, I thankfully reached out to Phil Hinton, who is an amazing arranger and orchestrator, and he did such a great job with the melodies I gave him. And we just finished. We're sending it out for copyright protection, and we are going to be doing this. It's Michael McKenzie, who wrote the lyrics, with Flora Doon and Kari Florin, who Kari and Flora wrote the script. And it's an absolutely lovely little musical. It's very quirky and very, very fun. And we couldn't even tell you what the audience is, because I think it's all ages, really. And we're just going to see where it goes. But it was such a rewarding thing to do during this time.
And tell us the title again.
Fish Head Soup.
Fish Head Soup. All right. It sounds like it's set in Key West, but I'm just that probably not.
It's set in Florida. It's set in
Florida. Okay.
It is.
Sounds like a fabulous show. Well, we look forward to that. Congratulations on writing. I told you before the broadcast, I love people who can write music, because it is not my forte. I will gladly go out and buy printed music and spend the money on it, because
we need audience members. We need people to appreciate our work.
It's great. Well, it's been great talking and chatting with you, Caryl. Is there anything you wanted to cover that I didn't ask?
I just want to tell people that we really appreciate the messages that were shared with us for the Carbonell Awards show, and all the people who participated and sent videos to present the nominees. And we also, you asked us about what words of encouragement and inspiration we can share. And I just use my writing the musical as an example. Please stay open, stay brave, stay flexible, and take risks. This is the time to try different things, build your skills. Don't say no. Just say, I'm going to give that a try, because we have to pivot now. We can't, it's not business as usual, and we don't know when that's going to happen. So it's always good in the arts to have a parallel career, or at least parallel skill sets where you can provide for yourself and your family, and when you're not performing or working on productions. So create your own future. I believe that everyone has unique abilities and perspectives, and I don't deny what yours are. Be creative, be thoughtful, and caring for other people more so than ever during this time, and go forth with confidence and bravery, and see what you can create for yourself. Maybe there's something out there that you never imagined yourself doing, but if there's something you're interested in, or that someone told you about at some point, explore it. The world is really open to a lot of opportunities that we just have to create for ourselves instead of waiting for others to do it for us.
One of my mentors, longtime mentors, said the words one time: "Don't waste your suffering." And this may be a time of suffering and for people, but as you have so eloquently put it, make something good of it, create your future, take a risk, try something, gain a new skill set. I really appreciate that, Caryl, for the words.
Thank you. And thank you for having me.
Thank you. This has been great. I'm going to have Arthur, you stole my last question. You got my words of encouragement. So I'm going to have Arthur put up your links here to your website and your Facebook and all of your social media.
Great. Thank you.
So it's been a real joy. And I continue to hear, how many great things you're producing and putting on. And I'm so glad you're part of the Carbonell Awards this year again.
Thank you. We are too. We hope everyone enjoys the show. Thank you.
And just a reminder, it is, let me get the date right, August 3rd. Here it is, August 3rd, 2020, 7:30 p.m.
Yes.
Is when it will be broadcast online. So, all right, Caryl, thank you. Have a great day. I know you've got a busy schedule, and thank you for taking time to talk to us.
Thank you so much. Stay well.
All right. Oh, and you can text OCQ to 22828 to stay more updated on us.